What is going on, my trainer club? Stardust is maximizing this week. We have the Yokosuka Stardust event starting today, right when I release this video, that we are going to maximize and have the most potential to stack up on the most amount of Stardust possible in Pokemon Go right now, because we need the Stardust. We have the trades, we have powering up, we have potential Gen 4 coming. We need a lot of Stardust. So let's maximize. My top 5 tips to maximize Stardust during this 1 week extravaganza. Yeah! Right off the bat, guys, what is your amount of Stardust that you are shooting for this week? Let me know in the comments below. I want to know your numbers and I want to know where you're playing, because that is going to be so much fun to see how much Stardust you are looking for and how much you actually get. Post it. Check this link up top, because I'm going to be giving out 3 Trainer Club t-shirts to the top 3 trainers that earn the most Stardust during this event. So you need to enter your Stardust information today or as soon as possible to be able to qualify to be able to win one of these 3 shirts. So make sure to get on that link, get in there, post to my Facebook, facebook.com/thetrainerclubb. That will be where the contest is going down for documentation. We're gonna have a beginning post and then we're gonna have an ending post. So make sure to do that right now and get ready. Stardust event is live and we need to absolutely maximize as much as we possibly can, because Stardust is the highest commodity in Pokemon Go right now, which means you basically use it for everything across the board. We use it for trading. We use it for powering Pokemon up. So we need Stardust. Let's just be honest with ourselves. We all need and could use more Stardust. So what are we gonna do to maximize this event to the absolute fullest potential? We're going to look at my top 5 tips to make sure that we capitalize on Stardust as much as we possibly can for this week, so that we can boost up our guys, be ready for Gen 4, and trade as much as we possibly want to. So my top 5 tips are, number 1 is going to be catch as many Pokemon as you possibly can. Sounds simple, sounds easy, but what you're gonna wanna do, if you don't have some type of auto background catcher, you're gonna wanna get either a Pokemon Go Plus or you're gonna wanna get a gacha, and let that thing run all day, every day, all the time, as much as you possibly can, because in the background, you can get a tremendous amount of dust. But most importantly, what we wanna look for is we wanna look for the boosted, weather boosted Pokemon, because you are going to get at a base level Pokemon 562 Stardust. So that is a ton of Stardust. 2 catches on those base weather boosted, you're gonna have over 1,000 Stardust, which is absolutely enormous. And then also what you're gonna wanna look for is boosted and non-boosted tier 2 and tier 3 evolves. So things like Poliwhirls, things like Camerupt, other things like that that are on the 2nd evolve, we are going to want to catch, and obviously the 3rd evolve as well, because you are going to get a ton of Stardust. So make sure to be conscious and catch as much as you possibly can, and keep those star pieces on always, all day. Let the star pieces run, because we are going to get a ton of Stardust. And then number 2, if you are into incubating or if you are not into incubating, what you are going to want to do is whenever you get a 10K egg, put that thing on and let it hatch. We want to hatch as many eggs as we possibly can. If you want to save them up, I have 5 right now that I'm putting on. You can do that, but the truth is, if you're gonna be running star pieces as much as possible, because they're an hour long, so if you're running them throughout the week, let's say you run it for 10 hours a day, you're gonna need 70 for the week. So just run those constantly and do as many catches as you possibly can with the gacha or the plus connected to the background. So that is my number 2. Number 3 is going to come from the star pieces. Check out the box right now, because they didn't announce it, but I believe they switched the boxes, because there are 14 star pieces in the event box right now. So if you don't have enough star pieces, I would suggest stacking up on those, depending how much you're gonna play. But think about it. Next weekend is Moltres Day. We are going to get a ton of Stardust during Moltres Day. If we have the gachas or the pluses on, and we're doing raids, we need at least 3 for that time period. And then throughout the week, I'm virtually going to be running them all day, every day, because I need as much Stardust and I want to get as much Stardust. I'm really curious to see how much you can possibly get, because according to a lot of sources, they have lifted the amount of Pokemon you can catch since there's no longer botting accounts out. So you can basically catch, I believe, about 7,500 Pokemon in 1 week, unless they reenacted it after the Germany event, which I don't know, there hasn't been any confirmation of that, but it used to be 3,500 in a week, but now we can go to potentially 7,500 in a week, which is a huge amount of Pokemon. So I'm going to push this as much as I possibly can and get that all the way to the top potential. And my number 4, which is really cool, we're getting 3,000 Stardust guaranteed per raid. So if you're on a star piece, that's 4,500 Stardust per raid. Do not waste a raid pass this week. If you want to go absolutely bananas and do raids all day, you can do that while catching in the background and doing other things on star pieces for an hour. That is a potential, but if you just want to get what you have, make sure to at least do your 1 raid pass a day, because that's 4,500 Stardust right there just from doing that. Final tip is a couple combined all together. So number 1, make sure to have your star pieces on every single day when you do your streaks, because when you catch Pokemon, you get a boosted amount of Stardust. So make sure to start your day on a star piece when you're ready to grind, or you're going somewhere and you know that you're going to be catching Pokemon in the background. And then also, make sure to lure up very high dense spawn areas. Things like for us, Smyrna Market Village, downtown Atlanta, whatever that is for you, make sure to lure those up, draw the Pokemon out, and then if you're going to use a auto catcher where you can drive and not pay attention to playing, that's a really great strategy, because you can drive the route, catch a ton of Pokemon, but what you're gonna need to make sure you have is enough Pokeballs, because your Pokeballs will get depleted very, very fast. It's efficient if you have one person driving and a second person on another phone spinning stops, because the auto catcher will keep catching Pokemon, but if you're so many Pokemon dense in that area, you're not gonna be able to spin enough stops, so you're gonna run out of Pokeballs really fast. So having the designated driver or walker, if you're walking, you won't have this problem. Just spin your stops by hand, and then let the auto catcher catch all of the Pokemon, unless you see one of those tier 2 or tier 3 Pokemon, which you're gonna wanna catch by hand because you guaranteed want that Stardust. So those are my top 5 tips. And the last thing I did want to note is make sure to bury your gym Pokemon as much as you possibly can. I know it's not boosted. If you bury them, you're getting 30 Stardust per berry. So don't waste your berries, just bury them while you're on a star piece and maximize that as much as you can. I know it seems like a lot, but just make sure to catch as many Pokemon as you possibly can. Have your star pieces running all days, do those raids and get your Stardust. Make sure to have enough star pieces for the Moltres Day, because you're gonna be getting a lot of them. Make sure to have a plus or a gotcha, depending on what you prefer, to be slamming those Pokemon as much as possible to be able to get as much Stardust and have it constantly running in the background with your star pieces constantly running. Check those event boxes and let's completely maximize. And then of course, post your Stardust today or as soon as you see this video to my comment on Facebook to let me know how much you have to qualify you to win one of those 3 Trainer Club t-shirts. So I appreciate all of you guys. We are going to hit 10,000 subscribers this week. How excited are you? Because I am extremely pumped for this. I appreciate all of you guys. Share this video to make sure everybody maximizes, because the more Stardust everybody has, the more chances you have to trade with those people who may have something that you want. So that is key. I appreciate you guys. Let's get as much Stardust as you possibly can. My goal, lofty, extremely lofty. I'm going for 5 million this week. Let's see where I get to. Let me know what you guys think.